Ciao, spero che state tutti bene. Oggi leggiamo un'altra pagina di questo libro, as usual. If you're new to my channel, this video series, I'm reading in Italian because it's the language I'm currently learning. Every day I read a page. I let you know what I understand as I'm reading. I highlight words I don't understand. And then at the end of the video, I come back with all the translations of the words so that we understand how the story is progressing. But if you've watched my last videos, sometimes I get things wrong, and I'm really grateful for the native speakers in my comments that correct me. So we read the story and understand it properly. I make mini recaps before I start reading, just so you remember where we left the story off. But if you want to know what's been going on, go and watch my other videos. There's a lot of vocab to be learned there as well. And then come back to this video and we'll carry on reading the story. Okay, so our main character is currently at his desk at his job at the international bank. And he's just about to call a client who's lost his credit card. Because someone mentioned in the comments that the name of the client is Eugenio, which is a male because it ended with an O, not an A. And I thought it was a female client. Anyway, so our main character is about to call this client who's lost their credit card to deal with this situation. Get your highlighters ready. And we'll start. Signor Maifredi, buongiorno. Mi chiamo Luca Ravelli. Codice matricola 4815162342 e la chiamo in merito al problema che ci ha segnalato. Okay, so finally, we learned the name of our main character. His name is Luca Ravelli. If you haven't been following the last videos, let me just tell you now. I thought the main character's name was Eri. But Eri is a conjugated form of the verb essere, to be, in the past tense, I think. I need to go check that. But this whole time, in like the first 2-3 videos of me doing this, I was saying Eri and Sara, Eri, Eri. Eri is a verb, not a name. We finally know this guy's name is Luca, and I'm very happy about that. Chi? Signor Maifredi, sono Luca Ravelli. Sono un assistente telefonico della sua banca. La chiamo per fornirle assistenza come da... Let's redo that line. La chiamo per fornirle assistenza come da tua richiesta. So he's saying, hi, Signor Maifredi, good day. My name is Luca Ravelli, blah, blah, blah. I'm calling you about the problem that you signaled. And the guy on the phone, Signor Maifredi, is like, who? Luca says, Signor Maifredi, I am Luca. I'm a telephonic assistant, you know, the like customer service people. And I'm calling you per fornirle, to provide assistance, come da sua richiesta, as you have requested. I'll still highlight it just in case. Guardi, non ricordo. The Signor Maifredi is saying he doesn't remember asking for help. Ricontrollo la richiesta di assistenza sulla piattaforma che utilizziamo per interagire. In the clip, I said il collega, but I think it's il collega because there's no I after the G. Della filiale ha scritto che il cliente ha smarrito la carta di credito ed è andato a richiederne una nuova in banca. I don't know what ricontrollo. He did something. Luca is doing something. La richiesta. Maybe he got the request that this Signor Maifredi supposedly put through. So he got it up to see what was written. And he asked him, Luca asked Signor Maifredi again. Ha smarrito la sua carta di credito? Chiedo al cliente. Have you lost your credit card? Signor Maifredi says, scusi, ma lei chi ha detto di essere? Signor Maifredi, sono Luca Ravelli, codice matricola 4815162342. La chiamo per offrirle assistenza in merito allo smarrimento della sua carta di credito. Come faccio a sapere che posso fidarmi di lei e se lei fosse un truffatore? Okay, so after Luca's like, did you lose your credit card? Signor Manfredi says, excuse me, but who did you say you were? And then Luca answers, I'm Luca. I am Luca. Sono Luca. Codice matricola, I think that's his number. Like, you know how policemen have like badge numbers? I'm guessing this is his badge number as a customer service guy. And I'm here to offer you assistance And I'm here to offer you assistance in regards to the lost credit card claim that you've put through. And Signor Manfredi is like, how can I know that I can fidarmi di lei, trust in you? And what if you're un truffatore? Maybe if you're like, what if you're a scam? What if you're scamming me? Alzo gli occhi al cielo. So he raised he basically rolled his eyes. Sento che sarà una giornata lunga. He felt it was going to be a long day. Signor Manfredi, le ha aperto una richiesta di assistenza e io le voglio solo fornire assistenza. Ma io sono andato in banca a chiedere informazione, non al telefono. Mi dispiace, signor Manfredi. La procedura non prevede la sua presenza fisica in agenza. Deve inviare il modulo di richiesta attraverso una raccomandata con ricevuta di ritorno. I can see that you've put in a request and I just want to provide assistance. And Signor Manfredi is saying, but I went to the bank to request information. Ma io sono andato in banca. Not by phone, so he doesn't like having to talk over the phone. Luca is saying, sorry, sir. The procedure doesn't require you to physically be in the agency, in the bank. Deve inviare il modulo di richiesta attraverso una raccomandata con ricevuta di ritorno. The request form attraverso una raccomandata, à travers une recommandation con ricevuta di ritorno. With the return address? I don't know. Signor Manfredi doesn't say anything. So Luca carries on talking and he says, il costo per la fornitura della nuova carta di credito è di 5 euro. Cosa? Il costo per la fornitura della nuova carta di credito è di 5 euro. Ma siamo impazziti. Yeah? Ma siamo impazziti? 5 euro per un pezzo di plastica? Signor Manfredi, non dipende da me. Sono Okay, so I'm guessing he cut him off. Ma andate al diavolo, farabutti e ladri. Io ritiro tutti I miei soldi dal conto. Altroché. Luca is saying the cost pour fournir une nouvelle carte, for us to be able to provide you with another card, it's going to cost you 5 euros. And Signor Manfredi is not having it. He's like, what do you mean it's going to cost me 5 euros for a bit of plastic? Ma siamo impazziti. Impazziti, I don't know what that means. Luca is like, sir, it's not my fault. Like, it's non dipende da me. Doesn't depend on me. Like, this is not my decision. Sono cost, and then he got cut off by the Signor Manfredi. Ma andate al diavolo. I don't know. Farabutti, I don't know. Farabutti e ladri, I don't know. Io ritiro tutti I miei soldi dal conto. I removed all my money from the account. Altroché. Don't know what that is either. Proprio mentre pronuncia queste parole con rabbia, leggo... Oh, again, I forgot. Is it leggio? No, it's leggo, I think. Leggo la nota di un collega in riferimento a un caso precedente. Il cliente minaccia di chiudere il conto corrente. È una nota di 2 anni fa. Signor Manfredi, non si agiti. Vede, lei ha accettato i nostri termini e le nostre condizioni quando ha firmato il contratto. Ma quando ho accettato di pagare 5 euro per avere una carta nuova? Un attimo solo. Accedo al database digito alcuni comandi e leggo ciò che il computer riporta. In data 9 novembre 2017, signor Manfredi, ma che significa? In tale data ha firmato il contratto per via telematica. No answer. Significa che ha posto una firma digitale su internet attraverso la sua era privata, il cosiddetto home banking. Signor Manfredi, c'è altro che posso fare per lei? Vada al diavolo. Lei, la banca e tutti quanti bastardi. I have an idea what that is. Il signor Manfredi mette giù. Prendo il sorry, I'm not on the phone anymore. Il signor Manfredi mette giù. Prendo il foglio con la sua pratica e lo inserisco nella cartellina delle pratiche concluse, alla mia sinistra. Sul computer segnalo la pratica come risolta. Poi guardo la pila di fogli alla mia destra e passo al cliente successivo. Okay, we're going to stop here, but let's go back over that little bit to highlight words. Signor Manfredi devient agité. He's a bit like irritated by this situation. So I think andate al diavolo, he's telling Luca to go to hell or go see the devil. I don't know. He's basically just insulting him, I'm guessing. Proprio mentre pronuncia queste parole. So rabbia, it must be anger, because it looks similar to the word in Spanish. Il cliente minaccia, I don't know what that is, minaccia di chiudere il conto corrente. È una nota di 2 anni fa. So he's reading a note about this client that was done 2 years ago. Luca is saying to Manfredi, Senor, don't get riled up. Ne vous agitez pas. You have accepted our terms and our conditions when you signed the contract. And the senor is like, but when did I accept to pay £5 to have a new card? And Luca is like, 1 moment, please. He gets access to the database. So Senor Manfredi put in a request to get a new card because his card had been lost. He did it online or through the phone or something. I'm pretty sure he did it online. And he just doesn't want to pay £5 to get a new card. And he's asking Luca, when did I agree to pay £5? At €5. Luca looks on the database and he tells him on the 9th of November 2017, Signor Manfredi. And he's like, what do you mean? So he's saying you have signed the contract digitally, which is why you always need to read your terms and conditions, guys, before you sign up to anything. My law teacher would always tell us that when I was doing my A-levels. Significa che ha posto una firma digitale su internet. It means that you have apposto, you have agreed, you said it was okay with a signature, a digital signature. Il cosiddetto means it's considered home banking, maybe. And then Luca is like, Signor Manfredi, is there anything else I can do for you? And he says, Vada al diavolo. Go, I'm pretty sure it's go to hell. It has to be. God forbid. Lei, la banca e tutti quanti... So he's saying, go to hell, you and the whole bank, and you're all... Yeah, I'm pretty sure you know what that word means. E Signor Manfredi mette giù. I don't know what that means. Prendo il foglio con la sua pratica e lo inserisco nella cartellina delle pratiche concluse alla mia sinistra. Okay, so he's taking the sheet with this Signor Maifredi's problem and he's putting it in the concluded area, like this case has been dealt with. Alla mia sinistra might be to my sadness, but he's being sarcastic. You'll find out later that I was catastrophically wrong about this. Sul computer segnalo la pratica come risolta, so he signals this case as being resolved on his computer. Poi guardo la pila di fogli alla mia destra. Destra, I don't know if it's left or right or just in my line of sight. E passo al cliente successivo. Okay, after he's dealt with this Signor Maifredi, he looks to one of his sides and sees a huge pile of complaint forms, things he has to deal with, and he just moves on to the next client. So I think in the book, they're only showing us this interaction with this one client to kind of give us an idea of what our main character's day-to-day life is at the moment. He's got a routine at home with his girlfriend. He has a routine at work. It's just very repetitive. He seems bored and just out of it completely. Okay, so now I'm going to look up the words and finish up the video by clarifying the story. Okay, I'm back with the translations. So, per fornirle assistenza come da sua richiesta, to provide you with assistance as per your request. Ricontrollo la richiesta di assistenza. So Luca double checked the request. Un truffatore is a scammer. Deve inviare il modulo di richiesta is a request form. Con ricevuta di ritorno with return receipts. Con ricevuta must be a receipt di ritorno, return. Receipt of return, basically. Ma siamo impazziti. But are we crazy? Andate, diavolo, farabutti. But go to hell, scoundrels, ladri, and thieves. Altroché. I didn't look that up. Altroché is a form of exclamation, probably to show he's not happy. Io ritiro tutti I miei soldi dal conto. I've removed all the money of my account, of course. Altroché came as certainly, of course I removed all the money. Il cliente minaccia di chiudere il conto corrente. So this little note that Luca found under this client that was made 2 years ago says, il cliente minaccia di chiudere il conto corrente. The client menace is threatening to close his current account. But this was a note under the client that was made 2 years ago. So basically we understand that this client just doesn't want peace with his bank. He's always, looking for trouble. Vede, lei ha accettato. He says, you see, but you've accepted. But here's interesting because, correct me if I'm wrong, but lei ha accettato. He didn't say tu hai accettato, which would make more sense because if you're speaking to someone, you'd use the you form to speak to them. But this is probably the formal tense because I know in French, we use vous to be polite instead of tu if we're in a formal setting. But in Spanish, they use the third form. They use the he, she form to make it formal. And here they've done the same. Well, Luca is talking to his client using the third person. Lei ha accettato instead of tu hai accettato. So I'm guessing he's being polite. Question for the Italians. Is the formal way, the formal speech in Italian, the third person? Like in Spanish. In tale data ha firmato il contratto per via telematica. On that date, you have signed the contract automatically. Significa che ha apposto. He affixed, like he's, you're bound by having agreed to this contract. Il cosiddetto. That I haven't looked up either. I didn't even see it. Il cosiddetto, the so-called home banking. Vada al diavolo, go to hell. Il signor Manfredi mette giù. He hung up, I'm pretty sure. Alla mia sinistra, to my left. To my left. Mia destra is to my right. So that's it for today. There really wasn't much more vocabulary than last time. Last time there was so much. I was literally like, oh my gosh. I think it's because it was mostly dialogue today, so that was easier to understand. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy these videos. I also have a video of me reading in French. French is my mother tongue, so I won't be struggling as much. To help you guys who are learning French on my channel, we'll be reading L'Alchimiste by Paulo Coelho, which is one of my favorite books of all time. If you're learning French, I hope to see you guys in that series, watching that series. So yeah, that's it for today, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao! Un bacio!